Hi, I'm Anna and this is Tucker, and we hope you're having a great day. So, today we are doing a big book haul. If you are following along with my book haul saga, you will know that it is in fact a saga, and I have a bit of a book buying problem. And in the last haul, I think I said I was going to try really hard not to buy books for a while. Yeah, I stuck to that for like a minute. And then Book Outlet had some sales, and Amazon had another Prime Day in October, and I found some really great independent authors, and then I've had a few OwlCrate book boxes stacking up. So I have over 30 books, I think. Probably trending towards 40, if I'm being honest, to share with you today. Part of this is also an unboxing. I have 3 OwlCrate unboxings to share with you. I think I get the fantasy boxes. I don't even know which boxes I get. That's kind of terrible, but I think they're fantasy. Yeah, I also have a couple of independent author books to share with you that I'm really excited to get into. And towards the end of the video, I'll do a handful of middle grade and like kid books that I bought for my children. So stick around for that. So are we ready, Tucker? I love you, buddy. Okay, let's go. All right, this is the part of the video where I usually tell Tucker he can take a nap, but I'm not gonna give him any cues. So let's see how long he stays with us. If you wanna take bets in the comments below, go right ahead. I think he's gonna stay with us for 3 books. What do you think? Okay, first let's start with what I got through Amazon. Most of these books were Prime Day books. I think that was like the first week of October, but a couple of these are just like random add-ons. I'll tell you which one I got on Prime Day and which ones I didn't. The first one is 1984 by George Orwell. I have been wanting to pick up a copy of this for a very long time. I just basically was waiting for it to go on sale, if I'm being honest. I just like, the paperback version of this is seriously, it's like 20 bucks. And so I wanted it to go on sale. But I think I bought this during Banned Books Week, and this is a popularly banned book. The next book I got is the sequel to Parable of the Sower, which is Parable of the Talents, another banned book, or at least the first one. Parable of the Sower is a banned book. I have no idea on the status of this one or not, but it is a duology that I am excited to get into at some point when I read down my TBR list a little bit. After I keep adding to it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know. The next one is not one that I picked up on Prime Day, but it was like fairly recent, and that is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories by Washington Irving. So I was in a bit of a spooky mood when I ordered this one, and I have a special project in mind for this book. I don't know if I should tell you or not. Yeah, sure, why not? It's not a secret. I am planning on doing a special cozy reading session with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. This is the original. I had never actually read the original before I ordered it. It's a short story, so don't think that it's like 400 pages, because it's not. It's like 33 pages or something like that. Anyways, look for that coming in the next week or so, just before Halloween. Right, the next one I picked up on Amazon Prime Day order is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. So this one I picked up because I was so enamored with the Netflix movie of the same name that just came out. I saw this one go on special. I really enjoyed watching the Netflix film, and so here we are. The next one that I picked up is nonfiction. It is The Radium Girls by Kate Moore, the dark story of America's shining women. Okay, so Tucker got through 4 books. I was wrong. Who guessed 4 books? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, if that was your guess. So I featured this book in one of my previous videos. I think it was like Books to Make You Smarter or something like that. I forget the exact title, but I will put a link to that video in the description box below if you're interested. It mostly consists of nonfiction books, but all books that I think are good ones to read to, you know, expand your knowledge horizons a little bit more. But I came up with this one in my research looking for some books that I hadn't read to just kind of fill out that list. And this one was highly recommended. The next book, I can't remember if I got on Prime Day special or not, because it was like right around that time. But it is The Haunting of Blackwood House by Darcy Coates. So I've never read a Darcy Coates novel before, but I was watching another booktuber named Rhonda Holden, who I am really enjoying her videos lately, but she really loves Darcy Coates, and I watched a video recently where she talked about a bunch of different Darcy Coates novels, and she is the one that I got the September House recommendation from, which I did a video on that book recently. I loved it. I'll leave a link in the description box below to that particular book video. And the last Amazon book that I have, I did not get on Amazon Prime Day special. I just ordered it because, again, I want to do a video featuring it. This is a book that I actually received as an ARC last month in September. I read it and I loved it, and it is a new collection of short stories by Daphne du Maurier, and it is called After Midnight, 13 Tales for the Dark Hours, with a new introduction written by Stephen King. So there are 13 stories in this book. None of them are new. I don't believe any of them are like previously unpublished or anything like that. I do think there are several stories in here that are maybe more obscure and hard to find. But in here it includes, let me give you the rundown of the stories that it includes, and they are all really, really good. Okay, so this book includes The Blue Lenses, Don't Look Now, which actually was turned into a film in the 70s, The Alibi, which I particularly liked, actually, that one, The Apple Tree, also creepy, The Birds, which is what the Alfred Hitchcock movie is based on, this short story right here, Monteverdi, The Pool, The Doll, Ganymede, Leading Lady, Not After Midnight, Split Second, and The Breakthrough. Yes. And so all of these stories are really good. You know, they range from taking about 45 minutes to maybe a couple of hours to read. And I read this at the same time that I listened to Rebecca, which is also by Daphne du Maurier. And so I'm going to be coming out with a video talking more about du Maurier as an author and what I like about her writing, and then kind of like comparing her short stories and her most famous work, which is, of course, Rebecca. So look for that one coming out in the next couple of weeks as well. But that's this book. Okay, so next I have a few from Barnes & Noble. Two of them are pre-orders that I ordered way back in like May or June. Barnes & Noble had a huge online pre-order sale, and so I went a little crazy. I think I ordered like 6 or 7 pre-orders, and a couple of those arrived earlier this month. The first one is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I was going to say Gerber. Stephanie Garber. And so this is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It has bonus material in it, and the bonus material is an alternate opening chapter, which I read. So spoiler, I've already finished this book. I was so excited to receive it. I started it like right away. And so more about this book coming in a future video, but I really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful copy. It's a hardback, and it's got this beautiful cover underneath with the binding on the side. And it's got these beautiful teal sprayed edges. Alchemy of Secrets is a modern tale. It takes place in the here and now. However, it feels very 1930s noir, LA noir. That's what it feels like. So like this cover is very representative of how the book just like feels when you read it. The other pre-order I got, I'm also very excited about. It is the brand new edition of the Mina Lima, I think that's how you say it, version of the interactive Harry Potter books. And so this is Goblet of Fire, the 4th book. This is a brand new release, by the way. This one is hot off the presses, and so it's a beautiful copy. I did not buy it intending to read from this copy because I don't even really know how feasible it is to like read from this thing. But these are really gorgeous copies. They're illustrated. Let me see if I can find. So like, this is my first time looking at this, by the way. I only undid the wrapping, but I didn't look at it. So there's beautiful illustrations here, and throughout the book, there are these like little interactive kind of tidbits that you can do. So let me see if I can find one. I am having trouble here. Okay. So like for this one, you can kind of pull out, I think, the tent. Oh yeah, this is when they go to the Quidditch World match, you know, and they have a tiny tent that then turns into, you know, this big thing. And so there's all these little interactive things sprinkled throughout. And the last book that I got from Barnes & Noble, I just got earlier this week, and it is from an independent author. I actually went on a little shopping adventure with my daughter earlier this week to find this book.
Come with us to find a signed book at Barnes & Noble.
Hey, today we're going on a little mini adventure. So to give you a little bit of a background, last week a reel from an independent author showed up, and he was going into a Barnes & Noble and he was signing his books. And I realized that I was going to be near that bookstore the following week, and so I thought it would be a fun little adventure to see if we could go find these signed books. Turns out we were able to find one, and so it is The House Rules by Calvin Naragi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Anyways, this is his first book. I made a short about it that I posted earlier this week. So if you missed the short, I will put a link in the description below. Let me read you the back of the book so that you can hear what it's about. For some, the house is a mansion in the Catskills that hosts the most glamorous galas. For a select few, it is an elite clandestine society that spans the globe. And for everybody else, including 18-year-old Lonnie Grambell, it simply doesn't exist at all. That is, until his estranged parents invite him home after 8 years away, and Lonnie suddenly finds himself and his best friends at the epicenter of the house's most deadly annual tradition. Thrown into a massive underground labyrinth filled with perilous trials and unspeakable horrors, Lonnie must use all his wits and strength to outsmart his captors and save his friends. But with deception and secrets lurking behind every corner, he will have to decide whom he can trust if he hopes to make it out of this homecoming alive. Because when you play by the house rules, you better play to win. Next up is my pile of books that I got from Book Outlet recently. They had a 5 for the price of 4 sale. The first one I have is The Watchers by A.M. Shine. Then we have Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked, This Way Comes. This is a classic novel. Ray Bradbury is a prolific author. He is also the author of Fahrenheit 451, which is a fantastic book that you should definitely go read if you haven't read it. But I have not read Something Wicked This Way Comes, and this is a spooky novel. It's the week before Halloween, and Cougar and Dark's Pandemonium Shadow Show has come to Greentown, Illinois. The siren song of the Calliope entices all with promises of youth regained and dreams fulfilled. And as two boys, trembling on the brink of manhood, set out to explore the mysteries of the dark carnival's smoke, mazes, and mirrors, they will also discover the true price of innermost wishes. Kind of a creepy cover. Like, this horse is creepy. All right, Next up, I have The Corpse in the Closet by Lucy Score. This is book number 2 in the Riley Thorne series. I read the first book in the series, The Dead Guy Next Door, way earlier this year. I loved it. I also got The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. This has been on my to-buy list for a very long time, so I was excited to see it go on discount sale. The next book I got is Trust by Hernan Diaz. This is a former Pulitzer Prize winner. I don't really remember what this is about. It sounded like a modern-day Great Gatsby to me, I think, is what I remember thinking. Wall Street Tycoon, something like that, yeah. 1920s. 1920s. An immersive story, a brilliant literary puzzle. Trust engages the reader in a quest for the truth while confronting the deceptions that often live at the heart of personal relationships, the reality warping force of capital, and the ease with which power can manipulate facts. Okay, so the next 2 books that I got, I kind of am doing backwards. I was really bored one night a few weeks ago, and I was just, searching Netflix for something to watch, and We Were Liars comes up. And I was like, oh, okay, I've heard a lot about this, I think. I can't remember if it was based on a book. I think it was. I'm not really sure. This sounds interesting. Sure, why not? So I start to watch it, and then cue me becoming entirely obsessed with the entire series. I binge watched the series in like an embarrassingly short amount of time. I don't remember exactly, but it was a lot in a little amount of time. And then, of course, I did find out that it was based on a couple of books. And so I found these books on Book Outlet, which always has, kind of random stock, so you never know what you're going to find. And so I went and purchased them. So we have We Were Liars, and I think this is like the paperback deluxe version because it's got some pretty sprayed edges. And then the next book, which is Family of Liars, which is really pretty, by the way. Like, I like all the purples and dark blues. So those are on my list. Normally, I like to read a book before I watch the movie, but, what are you going to do? The next book that I got is book number 2 in the Hannah Swenson mystery series. And so it is Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. And so I was gifted the first book in this series a long time ago, and I never got a chance to read it. The first book is The Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, but I do really want to read this. I think I'm going to read this coming up in November or December because it feels like, baking and a cozy murder mystery feels very holiday season to me. I don't know about you. Is that like translating for you? Is that how you feel? What kind of books do you like to read after Halloween and spooky season is officially over? This one I think is going to be on my list. Hopefully I like it. And then I get to this new one, which is like half the size. Seriously, double the size. I might even read these and then bake the recipes in the back because each of these books come with recipes. So this is Strawberry Shortcake Murder, and hopefully this comes with a strawberry shortcake recipe. Let's see. Okay. This is the recipes it comes with. It comes with several. Strawberry shortcake, Swenson. Apricot bread pudding. Ooh. Oatmeal raisin crisps, cocoa snaps, that sounds good. Hawaiian flan. I've never had flan, like ever. I live in Southern California, which has, a large Mexican culinary influence, and I have never had flan. Maybe I've had it like once, maybe, but not really. I don't think so. Molasses crackles and chocolate Highlander cookie bars. So if you would like to see a baking and reading vlog kind of combo situation, let me know in the comments. I'll see what I can bake up for you. All right, and then I have 3 more books from Book Outlet. I'm gonna be honest, I just loved the cover of this one. I thought it was creepy, spooky perfection, honestly. So this is The Resurrectionist by A. Ray Dunlap. Portrait of the medical student as a young body snatcher. Yet, I must insist that in the end, this is not a story about death. It is perhaps a life story, or even Yes, a love story. It is the story of how I clawed my way from the decay of a crumbling legacy into the modern era of reason and science. It is the story of how I escaped the prison of archaic superstition to the freedom of enlightenment. It is the story of how a rose can blossom from even the bloodiest soil, of how light can grow from shadow, how love can grow from despair. This, dear reader, is the story of my resurrection. And that is beautifully eloquent writing just on the back of the book. So I'm very excited for this one. And I picked up another classic / banned book that I've never read, shockingly enough. I also didn't have a copy, but it is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Yeah, never read it. I started watching the Hulu series and was terrified out of my mind to watch it. I can only watch maybe 2 episodes at a time of that series because it is just too hard to watch. So I think I stopped like midway through season 3. It was just way too difficult. So maybe reading the book will like help me out, help me finish that series. I don't know. Did you watch the series and have you read the book? And if you have, how do they compare? Are they, do you feel the same way about the series that I do? Let me know. Let me know if I should finish it. I will do my best to try to get up the nerve to finish it. It was like really freaking me out, Anyways, I thought this was a nice hardback copy, and so, yeah, I picked it up. And the very last book I got through Book Outlet is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. I have heard a lot of great things about this book. Again, it's been on my to-buy list for who knows how long, months and months and months. I was just waiting for it to go on sale and or some other way of getting it fairly inexpensively, and so I saw it on Book Outlet and I got it. All right, very quickly, I'm just going to go through the handful of books that I also got from Book Outlet, but for my various children that are in this house. So if you're interested in some interesting middle grade and higher books for your little ones in your life, then this is a good section for you to watch. If you're not, feel free to watch because middle grade is great for adults too, but if not, you can skip ahead and the unboxings will be after this. So Book Outlet had a big kids sale several months ago. This box has been sitting on my floor for quite a while. I completely forgot about them. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So this ended up in the children's pile, but it's really for me, honestly. I bought this because I can't find my copy of A Christmas Carol. It's a beautifully illustrated copy from when I was a child, and I can't find it. It's super annoying. But I'm thinking of doing a cozy reading session with A Christmas Carol during the holidays. So if you would like for me to do that video, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see kind of how much interest I get in that video. But that's why I got this one. The next book I have is a classic. It is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. The next book I have is Guts and Glory, The American Revolution by Ben Thompson. So if you haven't heard of these Guts and Glory books, and you have a middle schooler to high schooler, I guess maybe, these are fantastic books. They're like semi-graphic, but there's like a lot of writing in them, but it just tells the story of various points of history in a fun and unique way. My son this year is studying US history, and I thought this book would be a good supplement for him, and he has already read it and he enjoyed it quite a bit. So the next one I have, following along with the American history theme, is The Notorious Benedict Arnold, a true story of adventure, heroism, and treachery by Steve Sheinkin. I've read other books by Steve Sheinkin that also kind of have to deal with various points of American history, and he has a very entertaining author, and you know, he gives really good detail, but he gives it in a way that is fun for kids to learn and read. So I also bought this for my son. Don't be alarmed, it looks very thick, but it's like big text, so it's not as thick as you think it is. But I thought this would be good, and it's a Excellence in Young Adult Nonfiction winner. I have a few more. I got The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. This is the original book in the series. I got this for my youngest because he likes magic tricks and, you know, fantasy and whatever, and I heard great things about this series. I also got The Mystery of Locked Rooms by Lindsay Curry. Mystery puzzles. I've heard great things about this book, and I think there's I think this is now a series. I think there's 1 or 2 more books out in this series. So again, I bought this one with the youngest child in mind. I also got a graphic novel of The Last Kids on Earth. I think this is the very first one. This is a long-running series, and you know what? There is a debate about whether or not graphic novels count as reading for kids, and here is my hot take. They definitely count as reading, because if you have kids, you know how hard it is to get them to read, so any reading is good reading. It's like kind of like the debate, is an audiobook reading? Yes, of course it's reading. You're not using your eyes, but you are using other parts. And they have done studies which show that listening to an audiobook lights up the same exact parts of your brain that reading a book does. So, is it reading? Yes, it is. The last kids book that I got, I had with actually my daughter in mind, because she's going to be reading a lot of Shakespeare this year. This is A Midsummer Night's Dream, but in graphic novel form. All right, so I have 4 more books left, and all of them are either an unboxing or, like, I guess an unpackaging of sorts. And the first one is kind of interesting. I already know what this one is, but I recently started a TikTok account, and so by the way, if you have TikTok and you want to see my TikTok account, feel free to follow me over there. It is the.reading.retriever over there. But I was kind of scrolling through and acclimating myself to BookTok and all that, and I came across a live that an independent author was doing, and she was talking about her book, and she had beautiful packaging for her new novel, and I was just entranced and enthralled. And I asked her for a synopsis of her book, and it sounded fascinating to me, and so I decided to support her, and I purchased a copy. And so this is what it came packaged as, and so I'm going to open it on this video. And so it looks like okay, I'm having trouble. So she included a little note. Thank you to a small author. Your support means the world. If you end up loving the book, be sure to leave a review on Goodreads and the Storygraph. Andra, I think is her name. And then I got a few stickers. It's like really cool. This one. The book itself is called Veil of Eden. So that's what this is. And then I think there's like a cat or something in the book. And so I thought I saw this packaging and I just thought it was so pretty. Do you agree? It's very pretty. She had like a hunter green packaging like this as well. And I like kind of hemmed and hawed about which one. But I chose the purple because purple is my favorite color. Ooh, what's this? Oh, a very nice bookmark that I think are supposed to put the stickers on, I guess, if I had to guess. Okay, so there's like a nice little seal here. So I'm gonna take this seal off, break the seal, I guess. Oh my gosh. All right, so slid that off. And, oh, it's very well wrapped. Oh, very sticky. There we go. Oops. go. And here it is. Veil of Eden, expired. Expired? Yeah, expired. By Andra Larkin. So I will read you the back of the book so that you know what this is about. In Cerebrus, not even thoughts are safe, but its citizens don't know that. Secret neural devices that connect everyone are supposed to bring joy and comfort, but when an update purges the imperfect, millions die, including Kiva. At least it looked that way. Resurrected by the planet's most powerful AI, who is now a sentient parasite in her mind, Kiva awakens disconnected from the system that's lied to her from the very beginning. Everything she knew was part of a fabricated illusion. At a hidden sanctuary, she discovers what freedom really means in a place untouched by control, while unraveling the story she once believed was her life. Stripped of her identity and torn from those who no longer remember her, Kiva finds the only way to reconnect with them through dreams. As she lifts the veil to uncover the truth, she becomes the ultimate threat to a system built on perfection. Now, those in power will stop at nothing to erase the greatest anomaly of all, Kiva. So it sounded like a fantastic read to me, and I'm very excited to get into that one. Okay, and we have come to the final part of the video. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. I think this has turned into a longer video than I had intended. So sorry about that. But I have 3 OwlCrate boxes sitting here for me. They've been sitting here for a while. I just haven't gotten around to opening them. So I have August, September, and October. And we're gonna start with August. If I can find my scissors. Yes, here they are. Here. Okay. Oh yes, okay. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess here. Ha! I was really wanting a copy of this book. Yeah, this had been on my wanting to read list for a really long time. Okay, let me open this. So Hemlock and Silver is by T. Kingfisher, and it is supposed to be a Snow White retelling. This is a really pretty copy, by the way. It's very, very different from all the ones in the store. Also, I am really glad that I did not purchase a copy of this when I went shopping earlier this week, because I really thought about it. Just goes to show I should probably open my boxes on a more regular basis. But, oh, this is like a cat and a mirror. And then on the back it says, all mirrors could be dangerous. And there's like this hand reaching out. And then there's this beautiful silver sprayed edge, but it it's like got iridescent crystals in it, so it looks like a mirror. Oh my god, this is a beautiful copy. Okay, I'm pulling it out. Okay, Materia Botanica. This is beautiful. So it's got volume 1. Volume 1 is this a potential series? And then it's got Hemlock and Silver on the side, and then on the back it's got various botanicals. And then this is a reversible dust jacket, so this is the other side, and it says, Healer Anja regularly drinks poison, not to die but to save, seeking cures for those everyone else has given up on. But a summons from the king interrupts her quiet, herb-obsessed life. His daughter, Snow, is dying, and he hopes Anja's unorthodox methods can save her. So that is that one. And then the end papers here, very pretty. This one. I am so excited. Like, you have no idea. So excited. I really, really wanted to read this one. And then this is the back. And as all copies of OwlCrate books have, T. Kingfisher's signature right here. And there is a letter Dear OwlCrate reader, a couple of years ago, I wrote a fantasy novel about a character who gets accused of poisoning and promptly fell down a research rabbit hole about historical poisons, which culminated in me explaining earnestly over brunch that in ancient Greece, it was advised to draw out poison by cutting a rooster in half and placing both halves on the forehead of the person suffering. Oh, ancient Greece. You're so funny. That's my own personal commentary, not in the letter. My friends stared at me for a bit, then ordered another round of mimosas. One said, "That's going in a book." And yes, it did. Not quite in that way, granted. Along the way, the book picked up a few other things like one-eyed cats and creepy mirrors, but it all started with poisons. I hope that you find the result delicious. T. Kingfisher, New Mexico, 2025. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this book. Like, this is true excitement. I just want you to know. True excitement. Next one. Okay, September. September, can you beat August? Now, I don't know if that was the August book. It's just the book I received in August, by the way, because these pile up, and so I don't know for sure if this is like the actual book. Okay. Let's see, September. What have you got for me? Uh-oh, making a mess. Modern Divination by Isa Agajanian. Okay, I probably butchered that. Really, very sorry. If I didn't get that name right. It's got a crow, I think, or maybe a raven. It's probably a raven. I wake the body, the soul, the mind. Ooh, this is a very pretty sprayed edge. All different, all three sides are different. The color of magic was gold. 23-year-old witch Aurelia Schwartz has always had to carefully balance her human life with her secret magical one. With a place at an elite Cambridge college, so dark academia, she almost has everything she could possibly want within her grasp, just so long as she follows the rules. Make no promises. Tell no one what you are, and never stay the night. So here are the end papers on this side. Ooh. Here is the binding of the book. It's very pretty. Sorry, I know I'm going a little out of order. It says, "True magic was born of blood and intention." So again, here are the front end papers. And then let's see the back. Ooh, very spooky and mysterious. And then, of course, as most of OwlCrate's books have been coming lately, the reversible dust jacket. So I've never heard of this book, but it sounds very interesting. And again, wishing I'd opened these a little bit earlier in spooky season, but there's nothing I can do about that now, so oh well. And the very last book, this is October book. I just received this in the mail last week. So this is pretty fresh. Pretty sure this is in fact the October OwlCrate. Let's see if it can beat the other two. Oh, it's not dark. It's a lighter color. Ooh, The Deathless One by Emma Hamm. Huh. Revenge is a dangerous game. Little Nightmare. This is what it says on the back. I am making a mess. Ooh, very pretty sprayed edges. Skulls and flowers all the way around. Let's see. Murdered on her wedding day, a fallen princess makes a deal for her life with the god of death, but the feelings he stirs in her are more than she bargained for. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do this one in order this time. Let's look at the reverse dust. Oh, it's not a reverse dust jacket. It's just artwork. Beautiful artwork. And this dust jacket has like a tactile feel to it, like waxy kind of. Ooh, all the gods are dead. This is very pretty. And then on the back it says, "I am not dead, and soon the entire city will know it." So then here are the end papers. And here is this one. And that is it. Okay, I know I say this at the end of every book haul, but I really mean it this time. I think this is going to be the last book haul for like a little while. I'm not sure enough to commit to saying this is the last book haul of the year. I should go on a book buying ban, but we'll see. We'll see where I end up. So that's it for the haul and the unboxing. Let me know if you have read any of these books that I hauled or unboxed and what you think. Let me know which book I should read first. And am I right to be super excited for Hemlock and Silver? If you've read it, let me know and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to continue with watching my book haul saga, where I try really hard not to buy books, and then every couple of months I pop up with a new book haul video because I can't stop myself. I just need to like stop getting emails about book sales, I think is really what it comes down to. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.